Well, hello and welcome to my channel. I've just finished my Thundarr the Barbarian, and he looks just fabulous. I'm so excited I couldn't wait, and I'm starting my Ookla the Mok. I've already gotten him primed as well. I use the same paint that I used for my Thundarr, that satin summer squash, to go ahead and get my my paint job going on this guy. And I also noticed something else. Just like with my Thundarr the Barbarian, this guy has a divot in his head as well. You know what? I wasn't too happy with. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say I wasn't happy with the way that that green stuff worked, but I thought I'd go back to my tried and true. This is what I use most of the time. I use a steel stick. It says steel reinforced epoxy putty. I don't know about the steel part, but just an epoxy putty I think works really, really well. So I'm just going to cut off a little section of it. And I'm just going to mix it. Because I just want to take care of that spot in one go, And this stuff usually just takes care of it. I just squeeze it into the hole. And rub it down. And you can see it's already filled it. Let me just make sure that I don't have any sort of divot there. I think that's got it. So I'm going to go ahead and start painting, and the color that I'm going to use is going to be that same yellow that I used with my Thundarr. It's called golden yellow. And that's what I'm going to paint I guess the fur part. And I'm going to use a rather big brush just so I can get it on there pretty quickly. This is a strange head because you can see that I don't have a stem to hold on to my vise. So I'm having to use part of the model. So I'm gonna have to take it apart and switch it so that I get the back part painted. You can see it's a nice yellow. And of course I want to make sure that covers up my little divot. And it looks like it does. Might need 2 coats on the little divot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry. I'm gonna put on a second coat on the top, and I'm gonna paint this back part as well. So I'm off to a good start. Part of the reason I do these videos is to kind of show you the mistakes that I make, and I don't think it's a mistake, but I'm not happy with that yellow. So I've swapped over to another yellow. This one's called King's Gold because I want his hair or his fur to be kind of like tawny colored. And I think this is going to probably be a better choice. See, it's a little darker. And I know in the cartoon they had similar hair, he and Thundarr. I think it was almost maybe identical hair color. But I don't know, for some reason I'm not set on that yellow. So I'm going to use this this King's Gold right here, because I was about to paint my second coat on the top of the head to cover that putty, and just really wasn't jazzed with the yellow. So I think this is going to be a better color for me. So I'm going to go through the same process. I'm just going to put my first coat down and let it dry, and come back and check the results. But I think this is the color I'm going to go with. I'm positive this is the color I'm going to go with. just because you know, like I said, I wanted more of a tawny kind of color, and I guess a richer yellow. And you can see the contrast between that and the other yellow that I had before. It looked more like the primer. Okay, so let me let that dry and we'll go on to the next step. I don't know, while that's drying, I guess I'm going to try the black. This is just an Abaddon black. I use it for most of my heads. I'm just trying to get in here just to make sure if I mess up, I can add the second coat of that tawny colored paint to cover it. And I'm just painting, oops, I already made a mistake. I'm just painting inside of his neck. I think I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, and I think he had like that black mask. Let's see if I can get that. Looks like I have some paint there. Yeah, I've got some yellow paint there. I think I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that to dry. I'm just so excited to get this guy done. I'll do the inside of the mouth though. Try to keep it off the teeth because you want them to be like a white or an off-white. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint inside the mouth, let him dry, and we'll go on to the next step. I don't know, I should be rushing this, but like I said, I'm just really excited about getting this guy done. Hopefully I can cover that paint where I've made those mistakes. Because it's yellow. It may take a couple of coats. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let that be. All right, I'm gonna let it dry and I'll be back. All right, I'm gonna see if I can finish some of this black. I think this part right here is on the, it's like a mask. It's going to be gray. So I don't want to go too deep into that. I'm just going to go follow it. Try to stay out of the eyes as well. You know, the Thundarr wasn't really that hard to paint, but this guy, yeah, try to stay out of the eyes. You don't want to try to fix those afterwards. Okay, and there's like a little cat's eye. I think I'm gonna try to get that while I'm here. See what I mean? Go ahead and get the other one. Yeah, this guy is definitely more nerve-wracking than Thundarr. Okay, so let's see. Cat's eye. Although the eyes are on this one aren't as difficult, I guess. But all the little lines and stuff. I haven't even gotten to the lines that are on the head. There's some lines here in the mane that I'm gonna have to take care of. Alright, I think I got the black mask done. Let me go ahead and get that gray. I think I'm going to use the same brush. I have a fine tip brush. And I've got this stuff right here. It's called a dark gray. And that's going to be the mask of Ookla. And I think Ookla was phonetic sounding out of UCLA, if I remember correctly. That the animators kind of like were looking for a name for him. If you guys know the story, go ahead and link it below. You know what, I think I need a bigger brush. Let's see, just had one. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a couple of coats of this as well. Looks like I missed the bridge of his nose. Let's go back and do that. Yeah, you can see it's just not covering well. I wonder what the deal is with this paint. Now I'll get the first coat down and we'll see if a second coat takes care of it. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I'm working on my second coat. I'm trying to work up right to the mask so I can kind of keep it clean. And I think I might have missed this part. I don't know, let me see. I don't know, his eyes look kind of weird too. What do you think? Might have to fix those. And then I'm painting on top of his mouth here to kind of cover that black. I'm also going to clean up around the teeth. And I'm using the flat edge of the brush for this. That way you get kind of a straight line there. I think the mask is looking good. Let's see, did I miss anything? Cool. You know what I did forget? The ears. Let's see, I'm gonna paint those brown. I've got this right here. I've got this Mournfang brown. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the ears painted Mournfang brown. I'm gonna go to my thinner brush. This one I think it's not a big deal. Turns out to be a big deal. This guy's yeah, it's a cool looking figure, but there's so much little detail. I guess I can get this brown because I'm gonna come back on my black inside the ears. I guess that doesn't really matter all that much. Oops, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to get it into his fur. And I need to do that second coat of, or actually third coat of his fur as well. This guy's been out quite a while too. If you have experience painting him, go also leave that in the comments below, because I'd like to get your take on it. Maybe you did something a little easier than I did. Looks like I'm gonna have to clean that up. Or maybe you use different colors, or you know. I'd like to hear about it, because I'm sure that these guys, I've seen pictures of what people have done online with Ookla. I think I've seen like at least 2 customs. I'm going to try to make this a straight line. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see if I can do it with the same thing on the other side, the other ear. Okay, let me go ahead and let them dry. Let's see, am I missing anything? I think he's coming along nicely. I think I do need to touch up that fur though. So let me get my King's Gold. Looks like it might take a couple of coats. The divot looks like it's fixed. Well, that's good. Okay. Let me take care of the eyes. I got this little brush at Michael's. Look at that. So I'm going to go back to that yellow that I had before, that golden yellow, and I'm going to use that for his eyes. I've got a lot of it there already because I have that that summer squash paint, and it's very, very close. And I'm not really happy with the eyes, and I don't think it's me. I think it's the placement of the sculpt. So I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. I might have to use a wash or something in there to kind of give me a border. and maybe a couple of coats of the yellow. Because I kind of messed them up when I was painting the mask. Okay. I guess I'll paint the teeth. Get this capped. For the teeth, I have this like parchment. It's called antique parchment. And it's like an off-white. See, I don't think I need a brush that small. Yeah, try to get behind them. Make sure that you get the entire tooth. Okay. Looks like the teeth are done. And there's these like little lines that I'm going to try to paint black. So let me go back to my Abaddon black. And that really, really fine brush that I have. Let's see if I can get these like little lines. Boy, those are small. You know what? I should wait for this because I think I'm going to need another coat. Let me see if I can tackle the eyes. I'm going to make them bigger. Because if I mess them up, I can always come back and take care of them again. But I remember that they were a little bit bigger than that. See, I think that's more of the look of Ookla. The only thing is I have to make sure they match. Okay, and then let me fix the mask. Oops. Sorry about that. Man, this is nerve-wracking. Oh boy. Okay, let me do the little square in his nose. You know what? Let me try a wash for that. I got to do a wash around his face anyway, so let me get my black wash. I got to take care of this brush though because I don't want it to get ruined. I got to make sure I clean it out real well. Keep the bristles together because I want to keep it, you know, as pristine as possible. And I had a little cover for it. What do I do with it? There we go. Okay, black wash, where are you? Got this Nullen's oil and a gloss. Maybe I don't want a gloss. Let me find the other one. A regular Nullen's oil. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer this into the face so that I have a border between the fur and the rest of the figure. May have to go back and touch up a little bit. You can see how it went into the fur a little bit, so I'll have to fix that. I'm gonna put in that little square so it just kind of fills in. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Oh, I got the black ears. I can do that. I just want to put black inside those little layered ears. One down. And then if you go into the outer part of the ear, you can always just come back and you can do a touch up. May have gotten those guys just like that. All right, I am going to have to touch up the face a little bit, but I'm going to let them dry. I'm going to have to touch up the fur. And then my last step is I'm going to do all these little lines in black. That is going to be a killer. Doing the touch up on the gray. And you can see that that black wash kind of gives it a shadowing effect too. So win-win. Okay, it looks like that part's done. I'm gonna have to touch up that black part right there. Yeah, I went into the mask. Okay, see anything else? Maybe touch up on the ears. Definitely another coat of that golden yellow. Let me fix that ear. It's not a big deal, it's just I went a little too far. See, I just want that edge to be nice and sharp. Looks like this one's fine. All right, so let me go ahead and put one more coat of that King's Gold on my Ookla. You know, I might have to get to a smaller brush. Let me just do the bigger parts. But for the close-up detail, I think I'm gonna have to go to a smaller brush. Let's see what I have here on my pot. I think this one might work. Nope. Nope. On the other side too. And I think I'm gonna let them dry and finish them up. Okay. Now I'm gonna take care of a couple of these on camera, and I think I'm gonna do the rest of them off camera. Just because I don't think you want to sit through a bunch of these, but just basically I'm just tracing out the lines that are on the sculpt. Trying to do it in a straight line. And I'm using a really fine tipped brush for this. Trying to make them a little bit wider at the end. Oops. Looks like I'll have to paint that one. But I think you get the idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those painted. I think I will show how I clean that up. I'm just gonna push some here. Well, it's not dry yet. I'm just gonna push some paint into it, some of the yellow paint. But yeah, next time you see this guy, I should have most of that done. I'll probably save one more for the camera, but I'm gonna get those little details done. Okay, to take care of any like over travel, you'll see that I have a spot here that I've already covered once, and I'm gonna have to cover it again. Just because it takes multiple coats if you're trying to cover up black paint with this lighter paint. So it's better not to make mistakes if you can help it, but I don't know anybody who's really perfect. So that's done. And then I had a big mistake up here. I covered it with the paint, and now I'm going to use my little teeny brush to repaint the area that I messed up on. I'm still using that same black. And let me get rid of this cap. And I found it's easier to start at the scalp and then just move out. All right, I think I'm done with them now. I'm going to go ahead and spray them with my matte clear enamel. Oops, this is spot. No, I got that one. But yeah, Ookla the Mok. You know, the final step when you're painting these heads should always be covering it with this matte clear enamel. You know, it just kind of like protects, well, it does a couple of things. Protects the head, but look, it gives it a nice luster, and it also kind of evens out the paint, so you get a more consistent finish. So yeah, that step is something you need to do. And I'm so glad that I changed the hair color. You know, you'll notice it's really, really similar, but it's a little deeper, and I think that's the look I was going for. I also painted my neck plug with some brown paint that I had, so it'll match that body a little bit better. Let me go ahead and get him dressed. I'm gonna put his head right over here, and I've got his outfit here. Not much. You know, if you remember in the series, he had that little bow. So I got the bow, and I got this quiver. Now, I had to take off the actual strap that was on it because it was too thick and it wouldn't fit under his fur. So what I've done is I've just taken a strip of this, I guess this vinyl stuff that I have, and just glued it to a quiver that I removed the plastic straps from. And I think that's gonna fit him. So let me go ahead and get his body undone. I might be able to pull it apart, yeah. Let me get these screws out. We'll get the head placed in there. These muscular bodies are really neat, and I was wishing it would be a little bit taller than my Thundarr figure just to make it more imposing, but it's 8 inches, it's the same size. Yeah, that's my last screw. And I'll go ahead and put my neck plug in there. This thing has an ingenious way of attaching. It's got a magnet in here. Pretty powerful magnet too. I keep on getting it stuck. But there we go. That's done. Let me get those screws back in. But while I have the body taken apart, I'm gonna pop the legs off because I had these little black shorts, and they're gonna be really hard to put on the figure if I try to go over the hips. So I'm just gonna push it over the pelvis here, and then pop the legs in. Because it's like I said, these muscular bodies are bigger, they're beefier, and it is gonna be hard to get the pants on over the legs. I mean, it's hard to just get it over the pelvis, so you can imagine how difficult it would be to get the whole thing done. Okay, so let me line that up. Let me pop those legs back in. That one's done. Let me get the other one. Okay, pop his body back on, put those screws in, and then we'll install the head. You know, let me get this done off camera. It's kind of boring. I'll be right back. Now these all screwed together. Yeah, his shorts look pretty good. Let me get his shoes on. These shoes right here, they're boots, I mean. They're actually specifically made for the muscular body. I don't think you can get the regular sized boots on these guys. See how beefy those boots are? Really, really happy with this Mok. Actually, it was Mok that got me excited about getting the Thundarr the Barbarian series. Let's see. That's going to go over his chest like that. And this should fit on. Something like that. And he's got his bow. That hand, you know, I changed out his hand. They come with these like fist hands, but I was able to get a grasping hand, but it doesn't look like it's grasping all that well. You know what, let me get him on a stand. Put him right next to my Thundarr. Oh, these guys look super cool. There we go. And Ookla. Let me see if I can get his bow over his arm. Oh look, I chipped some of that paint. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. I guess he wasn't completely dry. You know, because when you put on that matte clear coat, you gotta let it dry for a while before you do any rough handling. But boy, really happy with my Ookla. You know, if I were to go back and do it again, well, I'm happy that I got that color there. You know, that darker color. I think it looks good. But I would probably get like a fine tipped Sharpie and do those little lines there because they were kind of hard. You know, this is not an easy figure to do, honestly. It was a little difficult. But now that he's done, boy, I'm just really happy with him. I think he looks great. I can hardly wait to get the other ones done. I got the Gemini and I've got the Ariel figure left to do. So I think it's going to take me some time though because I gotta source out the outfit. This guy was an easy outfit to put together with just the shorts and the boots and you know, a bow. If you got one, you don't have to have a bow. He was going around crushing things with his hands anyway. So, you know, if you have a bow and an extra quiver, that's just like icing on the cake. Whoa. Well, until next time, you guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Until then, bye-bye now.